In the quiet folds of southeastern Nigeria, where the river Ofia crawls like a silver serpent beneath the evening sun, sat the ancient village of Obinagu. It was a place where myths breathed, and the past was never truly gone. The air itself carried old memories, of hunters who never returned and drums that played by unseen hands when the moon turned red. Among the people of Obinagu lived Nena, the only child of Ogbuagu, once the village's bravest hunter. Ogbuagu's hut stood at the edge of the forest where the trees whispered in tones that only the old could understand. Though his bow now lay unused, his story still commanded silence at moonlight gatherings. Nena had grown into a woman of grace and strength, her laughter bright as morning bells. The men of Obinagu admired her, but her heart already belonged to Okeke, a humble farmer from the neighboring village of Umuikwu. Their union promised peace and love, until Obidike, Ogbuagu's nephew, returned home. Obidike was proud, ambitious, and quick to anger. He had been away for years, working as a trader in Onitsha. When he returned to find Ogbuagu weak and gray, he saw opportunity. To him, inheritance was not a matter of affection but of blood and power. So when Ogbuagu declared during the new Yam festival that his land and ancestral shrine would pass to Nena, not to him, envy began to fester like a wound. The village erupted with whispers. Some said Ogbuagu had been bewitched by his daughter. Others said the old man had lost his mind. But only Obidike's heart burned with hatred strong enough to summon darkness. That night, when the crickets sang too loudly and the moon seemed to hide its face, Obidike crept to the hut of Ades, the blind seeress who lived beyond the river. Her hut was filled with charms, skulls, and the heavy smell of burning camwood. "I seek justice," he lied. "My uncle denies me what is rightfully mine," Ades sighed. "Justice is not found in the belly of greed. What you want will open a door you cannot close." "I will pay any price," Obidike insisted. She hesitated, then brought out a small calabash sealed with red thread and painted with strange symbols. "Do not open this," she warned. "Bury it under the Iroko tree by the river. Speak your uncle's name only once. The spirit inside will hear." But as Obidike left, the wind around the seer's hut whispered, "The greedy man digs his own grave with his tongue." 3 nights later, thunder cracked the skies. Ogbuagu fell sick without warning, his breath shallow, his skin pale, his eyes distant. The healer's herbs turned bitter in his mouth. "My daughter," he whispered to Nena, "beware the whispering calabash and the one that calls my name." Before she could ask what he meant, his spirit fled like smoke into the night. The next day, the river flooded its banks, drowning the yam fields. The elders said it was the gods mourning a great man, but as night fell, the villagers began to hear it. A faint whisper near the Iroko tree, calling Ogbuagu's name again and again. Weeks passed. Obidike inherited Ogbuagu's compound, claiming it as his birthright. Nena mourned quietly and took refuge by the river where she often prayed. Yet something in the village had changed. Palm wine soured overnight. One night, while Nena fetched water, she heard her father's voice ripple through the river breeze. "Nena, my child, do not let the dead rest in vain." She stumbled back, heart pounding. The water shimmered as though a face was beneath it. The next day, she confronted Obidike. "Cousin, what have you done?" The river mourns, and the air is heavy with his name. Obidike's eyes darted away. "You speak like a madwoman. The dead are dead." But that night his dreams betrayed him. He saw Ogbuagu standing by the river, his face pale and dripping, whispering, "You cannot hide what was buried in my name." He woke to find his floor wet, though there had been no rain. The air smelled of river mud. From outside, a voice whispered softly, "Obidike, Obidike." He ran to the window, but only the calabash sat there, cracked open, its red threads undone. But at midnight, lightning tore the sky open, and Nena, sensing something strange, followed the wind to the riverbank. There, beneath the Iroko tree, she found Obidike trembling, staring into the dark water. "It called me," he muttered. "I didn't mean for this to happen." "Who called you?" she demanded. Before he could answer, the river began to churn violently. The water rose higher, and a shadow, tall, faceless, cloaked in mist, emerged, its voice deep and ancient. "Obidike, you called my hunger. Now you must feed it." The wind howled. Obidike screamed as the shadow reached for him. The river swallowed him whole, leaving only ripples glowing faintly under the moonlight. When morning came, the villagers found the river calm again. Only Nena remained fainted at its edge with a broken calabash beside her. What you summon will always return. Subscribe it if you dare. Wahala Chronicles, where tales never sleep.